Red Player Media, because red is better than green.
I love the smell of bacon in the morning.
Welcome to the Keto Convert Podcast, the show that aims to make keto easy to follow, affordable, and doesn't overwhelm you with science. We'll go over tips, hacks, and how to overcome the social stigma that this is just way too hard. I have been converted, and I think you will be too. Hey, that's right. 2 episodes in a row.
We did it.
Man, it feels so good to be back in the nest, in the nurturing biosphere of the mothership. Oh, feels so good. So, that's right. Coming back to you. Your friendly neighborhood Ryno man, your fat-fueled ketogenic host with the podcaster off camera to my right.
Hey, wobble up or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, that's me.
Yes.
So I can't say it on this show because it's condescending, but I say it on my show. The best one of the group, the one that's good.
The best one of the group,
yeah,
yes.
The best one. Only the good one.
Even though on this one, if you want to see... So Isaiah on this show is kind of like Wilson. You don't really get to see him. For those of you who know what home improvement is. If you don't, then forget it.
It's peeping up from behind the camera.
That's right. But if you want to see him, you need to tune into 3 Guys, 1 Movie and Blast Chamber Radio.
Yeah, 3 Guys, 1 Movie, Blast Chamber Radio, the 2 other shows on the network of Red Player Media. And, of course, we also have Blast Plays where we play some video games, have a good time. Always good stuff. Every one of those shows, including the Keto Convert Podcast, is weekly. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, Friday. This is how it works. So we're working on getting more shows going, maybe. Might be some more shows in the works, and we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Awesome. And that is called housekeeping.
Not cleaning.
Not
cleaning.
Cleaning. Anyway, so today we're going to talk about a subject that might be near and dear to some of your hearts, or should we say some of your livers. We're going to talk about alcohol. Now, talking about alcohol, I'm really not much of a drinker anymore, but there was a day where I tell you, back in the day when I did get a little bit into the sauce there, into Grandpa's medicine cabinet, if you will, we always made a joke that if you drank hard liquor, it had no nutritional value whatsoever, and you were good. Oddly enough, when it comes to keto, some of that is kind of true. So, real quick, kind of like the last episode where we talked about that sugar spiked your insulin, alcohol doesn't necessarily spike your insulin, but what alcohol does is alcohol is a poison. Okay, it just is. Okay, I'm not here telling you don't drink or any of that kind of stuff. That's not what I'm doing. This isn't a public service announcement. If you don't already know that it's a poison, then go hit yourself in the head with a tack hammer or something, okay? but
That's why it feels so good.
Yes, but alcohol is a poison. So what happens is your insulin doesn't spike, but your liver has to stop producing ketones because now you've introduced a poison into your body. So your liver has to go deal with that. Okay, it has to go break down the alcohol. It has to deal with that. It has to process it. It has to break down the poison and do all that it has to do to filter, because your liver filters, right? So it has to deal with that. That's why, I don't want to bring the room down here, but that's why a lot of alcoholics later on in life, sometimes they have to get liver transplants or they have liver disease or whatever, is because your liver is a filter, okay? And it filters all this stuff. So instead of your liver producing ketones, it has to stop what it's doing, and in the process, it stops your fat burning mode, right? So kind of like your insulin spikes and it stops fat burning. Okay? This alcohol isn't spiking your insulin, but what it's doing is it's causing your liver to go do another task, which in turn stops the production of ketones, which in turn stops your fat burning process. So, if you are going to drink, I would suggest certain ways to go about it. Okay? Number one, you probably want to stay away from beer. Okay? Yeah, I know there's Michelob Ultra that only has 9 grams of carbs or whatever it is. And that's fine, but if you're only really supposed to have 30 grams of carbs per day or less, you just shot 9 on one beer, right? So
Goes pretty quick.
yeah, so it starts to add up really, really fast.
And don't replace it for the carbs that you were going to eat.
yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not the best idea.
Yeah. You want food here, okay? So, with that said, a lot of beer has hops and barley, excuse me, things like
Bless
that,
you.
grains, and those are carbs. Okay, grains, barley, hops, those are carbs. So you want to stay away from beer because it has a lot of carbs. You want to be careful with some of the liquor, if it's like liqueurs or schnapps or things of that nature, because some of that stuff has sweeteners in it. And what is sweetener? Sweetener is sugar. What does sugar do? It throws you out of ketosis, right? We talk about sugar all the time being bad, and it is. So don't drink those because it has a lot of sugar. So the things you want to do, like I was talking about before, is you want to drink hard alcohol, right? Because hard alcohol, like we joked about, has no nutritional value.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, so it must be good.
Yes. So, brandy, wine, or beer, or schnapses, or liqueurs are a no-go. Okay? Just forget it. Don't do it.
What about my Jack Daniels?
Now, things that are multi-distilled,
Oh.
like whiskeys, vodka, gin, or anything that's double distilled, triple distilled, and it'll say on the label, if anything's multi-distilled.
I did a dreidel joke off camera. I'm sorry.
Yes, he has a dreidel. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah. Yes, we do celebrate the Hanukkah. And it's well, we can talk about it another time. But
Yeah,
anyway.
it has to do a lot with keto.
Yeah. Keto-friendly latkes. No, it's not real.
Latkes?
Latkes? What are they?
Oh,
Latke?
man. Okay.
Latkes, yeah. Latkes are not keto-friendly, so just forget it.
Latkes. Okay.
Yeah, I said it completely wrong. I was thinking about that place down the street where they build airplanes. Lockheed.
Nice.
Yeah. Anyway, so make sure that something is multi-distilled. Make sure that you don't mix it with anything. I mean, if like maybe a Jack and Diet Coke or something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But like whiskey sours or something, you wouldn't want to do. Things.
I
like
mean,
that.
you can tell. You
Yeah.
can pretty much tell what you're not supposed to, because if it tastes really, really good by itself,
Yeah.
nah.
No, you probably want to avoid that.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will tell you, if you've been doing keto very long, you have a very high depletion of carbs. Okay, you're running off of fat, and when you do not have, and when you're not consuming the standard American diet of potatoes and breads and grains and things like that, which we do not advocate here on the Keto Convert podcast. I almost said the wrong one. I almost mentioned a podcast that I listened to.
Good job.
Yeah, I'm on the ball. Anyway.
Be sure to check out Bigfoot podcast.
Yes, that's got me so thrown off. The blurry Bigfoot. Anyway, so yes, if you are consuming a ketogenic diet, you do not have carbs, you don't have sugars, and so what happens is you become an extremely lightweight when it comes to drinking.
Yes.
You could have 2 beers and that's it, man.
Yep.
I mean, it's over.
Especially the fact that you're not having them on top of it.
Yes,
If you're doing keto, you're not having alcohol as much, and then on top of it, you don't have the carbs to, hold it.
exactly. And that goes back to, back in the day we would all just joke about, man, I didn't really eat today, so there's nothing soaking this up, right?
Yeah,
or,
right.
Or you'd go on a bender and then you'd go to Waffle House or whatever.
Get the
and
greasiest thing possible.
Get the greasiest, which grease and fat's okay, but what would happen is it would also come with a lot of bread.
Yeah.
French fries, stuff like that, and so it would soak some of that up. So I'm not, I'm not giving a public service announcement here saying don't drink, and I'm also not saying, hey, go drink as much as you want. I'm trying to ride a fine line here.
Yeah.
Just be careful with what you're doing. Keep mindful of things. And I'm not trying to bum you out or anything like that, but just be mindful of what you're doing. Be mindful of what's taking place, because anything that you do, whether it's spiking your insulin, whether it's consuming alcohol, anything that stops, you want your body to constantly be in a state of fat burning, constantly. That's why with keto, you could eat a really fatty meal like red meat or bacon or eggs or hot dogs and mayonnaise, right? You could eat those. You could eat that late at night and wake up in the morning and have lost weight or whatever, because it's high fat and your body's not storing all that stuff like carbs.
Just a side note real quick, just to show the effectiveness of this podcast and what it's done to our culture so far. We affected the movie Endgame.
Yes,
we got the hot dogs and mayonnaise. If you've seen it, it's not a spoiler. Come on, get out of here.
Yeah.
If you've seen Endgame, or if you haven't, at the beginning of the movie, there's a reference to hot dogs and mayonnaise.
There certainly is.
That's because of us.
That's all.
Yep.
The Keto Convert
Just saying,
podcast.
Wasn't in there before, and then they wrote us and they said, "Can we use it?" And we said, "Sure, we own hot dogs and mayonnaise. Go for it."
Yes. So that's our little stamp on the MCU.
Yep, hot dogs and mayonnaise.
Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So next time you eat your hot dogs and mayonnaise, just remember, you are just as good as Hawkeye or Ronan, whichever one you would like to prefer to call yourself.
Now that was kind of a spoiler, but whatever. I think I did pretty good. Never mind. Anyways.
Boy, do I feel sheepish.
God.
I mean, hey, I don't know.
Yeah, you're just trying to
I've got nothing.
Yeah.
Pay no attention. What's this over here? Anyway, so I know some podcasts have been kind of short lately, and this one again is kind of short. Sorry. So I need your help, okay? This is the public service announcement. I need your help. What do you want to know about? What do you want to learn about? What kind of questions do you want to ask me? Do I really look this good in real life? Yes, I do, okay? Anyway, does Isaiah really look this good in real life? Yes, he does. He just doesn't like to be on the camera.
Can't even see me. That's how good I look.
And the reason why he doesn't like to be on camera is he is so good looking that the camera would effectively quit working.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yes. So please email us your questions, your concerns. If you think we suck, we'll tell you why you're wrong. Okay. And no, but really though, it'd be cool to get some interaction with the two people out there that listen. So if you two out there that listen, not the band U2, but if the two of you that listen would like to send some questions our way, please, we would love to answer those questions. Okay?
How do they do that?
They do that by going to the Instagram page, or also the Keto Convert at gmail.com.
There you go.
Can email the Keto Convert at gmail.com. You can send me a message through the Instagram or the YouTubes. And the YouTubes is the Keto Convert podcast at YouTube, I believe. Or you can just go to Red Player Media. Actually, Red Player Media would probably be the best place to go, because Red Player Media is the home of the Keto. Golly, what is wrong with me? The Keto, the home of the Keto Convert podcast, as well as the home of Three Guys One Movie and the one that started it all, Blast Chamber Radio.
Yeah,
so,
the Keto Convert at gmail.com is.
Yes,
is
the Keto Convert at gmail.com. So please email your questions, concerns, whatever you got. I'd love to help you out. I'd love to be able to pass along some knowledge. Yes.
So we can buy hot dogs and mayonnaise?
Yes. It is cheap, but everything helps.
Yeah.
Yes.
Especially if you get it at Sam's.
Yeah. Or Costco. That's where
or
I go,
Costco. Yeah, either way. Get it in bulk.
Yes. Yes. The other day, no kidding, we were at Costco, and you can buy for like $2, $1.99. You can get a foot long hot dog and a large drink out of the fountain. right?
Yeah.
And so I was there with my 6-year-old, and I guess she was hungry that day. And like what I was doing is I was taking a bite of the hot dog and meat, and then I would give her like the bun or whatever.
Yeah.
And I started looking at something, and next thing you know, my 6-year-old had basically consumed 3/4 of a foot-long hot dog. I was like, oh my gosh.
She's hungry, man.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I told my wife, and she was like, "Did you not feed her?" And I was like, "Yes, I fed her. Why would you ask me such a question?" You know?
It's like, oops,
Yeah.
forgot.
Yes. Oops, I did it again. No, sorry. Anyway. So,
You'd be surprised how easy it is to forget to feed your kids.
yes.
Just kidding.
Yes. Anyway. Okay, so the motivational minute, the fourth of the Living the Four Agreements. Here coming at you, number 4. Number 4, always do your best. Your best is going to change from moment to moment. It will be different when you are healthy as opposed to sick. Under any circumstances, simply do your best. And you will avoid self-judgment, self-abuse, and regret. And that's very important. Do your best. And your best may be episode 9. This is a Keto Convert podcast. Okay? So when you're sitting in your 6-year-old's room surrounded by Barbie dream houses and Littlest Pet Shop. Always, seriously though, and I know this sounds whatever, and I'm not trying to be Tony Robbins here, but always do your best. Whatever your best is, give all that you can. That way, at the end of the day, you've left it all out there. You can go to bed with no regrets. You can lift your head up high, no matter if you're on rock bottom. Do the best that you can. Lift it up as high as you can. And that way, at the end of the day, it's just you. And for me, if you're a guy, the man in the mirror, just you and the person in the mirror. And that's really the only person at the end of the day you need to answer to. Did you do your best? Did you do the best that you could? And even though your best may not seem like a lot, do the best that you can. Okay? Until next time, send us a message on the Keto Convert at gmail.com. You can find us on the YouTubes, redplayermedia.com. I'd like to give a shout out to Joe in the payroll, Raul and the boys down at maintenance every Christmas. Are you ready for Christmas?